All right, now we're at Glacier Point, which is the end of the road. You can't drive any further up here.
Oh, they had a hotel. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at the balcony view. Another great view of Half Dome. El Capitan there to the left. And that's Nevada Falls that you can see, and then below that is Vernal Falls. Can't see Vernal yet. When you come here to this other edge, you'll be able to see it. So we were below Vernal Falls this morning, and Rod and I could see the little footbridge. So there's Vernal Falls down below us, and then Nevada further out.
See if I can go on there and then you can show me.
Amy, don't expect it. Amy.
Now I got the crow on it. I took a picture of those ladies on there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so Yosemite Falls are straight across.
Okay.
You can see upper and lower. See lower there,
yeah.
and then upper there.
Yeah.
Now Capitan's back to the left from those.
See it. They don't want people taking pictures on it because they would. People would.
Yeah, it says danger, do not enter.
I see air there, not rock. This is like I'm holding on to my phone tight and just that gives me a bit of release.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Got this little covey of grouse, mom and her chicks. Chicks are getting big though. All right, we're hiking the Panorama Trail out of Glacier Point. We only have 2 hours till dark, so we're not going to get all the way to the falls. We think it's called Illili Falls down here. We might get there, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how steep this descent is. We'll see how steep the descent is and how many times Rhonda stops to take pictures. That will determine.
Well, the descent is when I take off.
That will determine how fast we make it down here.
You have to gauge it on this morning's hike.
If you ever come to Yosemite, I know Yosemite Valley is, I mean, that's the big draw, or one of the big draws. The whole thing's beautiful. Personally, this was my favorite part of the park. I don't know, Tioga Pass was pretty awesome too. The valley floor was just not my thing. It was beautiful, it was awesome, but it was so crowded, and you knew realistically, because we weren't taking any long hikes from the bottom, that you couldn't get away from all those people. Now, we did have a couple of little hikes where they were certainly less crowded than others, but even the hike up to the footbridge at Vernal Falls was non-stop people. There were a ton of people at Glacier Point, We have not passed a single person since we left and started hiking this trail.
I see the trail down there.
I see our first switchback, honey. Ice here.
I don't either, but it's got that cracked red wood that I think looks so cool. Are they sequoias? Are sequoias and redwoods different? Asian ones.
We got really pretty views of both Vernal Falls and Nevada Falls from here. We're still on the Panorama Trail. We finished the first set of switchbacks. Now it's just slowly heading east. And I can actually see the trail on the other side of the river coming up. Again, I know I say this all the time, but the one negative thing about GoPros, it just have any zoom. But it's coming up there on that side and then on top of that sheer granite. I'm sure that's how you connect with the John Muir Trail.
The detour trail.
Oh no, that detour trail is in these two. I can see it also.
Yeah.
See that little trail right through there?
You see it. The lighting just is perfect.
We're just reliving some of the silly things we've done. Look how cool this hollowed out tree is. Oh, that's awesome. Look, people have walked out and stood in the middle of it. How cool is that? Should we do it?
That old guy did it.
Someone did it. I don't know about the old guy, but someone did it, so we're doing it. Oh, look at that. Just so you guys can see.
When you're ready, peek through the hole and look at me so I can take your picture. Okay. Now I gotta see if I can frame the waterfall on that, of course.
I don't think that. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yep. Whoa. Yeah, but I don't want to make your noise.
This buck just doesn't want to leave the trail, guys. He's got split brow tines on his right and a little hook cheater on his left and another little extra in the fork of his right. What a cool buck. And we are 13, 14, 15 yards away, maybe 15 yards away.
Inside my camera ran off.
One last look, guys. We're almost back at Glacier Point. Been following this little, well not little, this really nice buck for 2 whole switchbacks. He just doesn't want to get off the trail. And we're trying not to run him. Sun setting. It's just barely shining on the top of the fall down there on Nevada Falls. And this is some beautiful country. One more look at Half Dome through the trees. That's pretty spectacular. Well, part 3 of our Yosemite trip is in the books. That really probably was our favorite part of the park. It was my favorite part of the park for sure. I think Rhonda would agree. So if you go there, make sure you hit Glacier Point. It really was amazing to see everything from the top and looking down over Yosemite Valley and looking down on Half Dome. It was just beautiful. And in the afternoon, the color on the rocks from the sunset, pretty special. So thanks for coming along on that trip. I would love to go back to Yosemite, maybe one more time before I pass from this life. We'll see if that happens or not. We really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Absolutely beautiful. So if it's on your bucket list, I think you'll think it was well worth it. Let's wrap this up with the channel shout out in the Minute on the Mountain. Haven't shouted out a channel for a while. I apologize about that, guys. I like to try and shout out channels in most of my videos just to encourage other creators and let you know about channels that maybe you're not subscribed to. The one I want to mention today is Al's Outdoors. I've shouted out Al's channel before. He's been a great supporter of my channel. He puts out great content, trapping, fishing, hunting, a little bit of everything. Even some of his music videos. He's done a couple videos where he's played the guitar and things like that. So anyway, Al's Outdoors. I'll put a link in the description. Check him out when you get a chance. Minute on the Mountain comes from Psalm 33:6. It says, "The Lord merely spoke, and the heavens were created. He breathed the word, and all the stars were born." We just wrapped up a sermon series called Believable Lies, and the last lesson we did was the lie that God is dead. And it was a pretty apologetic sermon in the sense that, not we were apologizing, if that term's new to you, apologetics comes from the Greek word apologia, which means a reasonable defense. I'm so glad that we don't have to stick our head in the sand to be a follower of Jesus, that our faith is based on evidence. And so we talked about 3 different apologetic arguments you can use for the existence of God. One of those being the cosmological argument, and that is that the universe had a beginning. Since it had a beginning, there had to be a cause outside of itself, and therefore God created the universe. You know, the Bible has said all along that the universe had a beginning. We know from Genesis 1:1, in the beginning God created heavens and the earth. But there is strong consensus among the scientific community now that the universe had a beginning. And if the universe had a beginning, there has to be a cause for it that is immaterial, that is timeless, and that is powerful enough to organize the universe into existence. And all of that describes the God of the Bible. So I'm going to go ahead and put a link into the YouTube video of that sermon. Feel free to check it out if you're interested. We are at 1,449 subscribers. We're so close to 1,450. And when we hit 1,450, we'll do our next giveaway. So do me a favor, if you've never subscribed to the channel but you watch the videos, please hit that subscribe button. I'd love to get to 1,450 and let's give some prizes away. Thanks for all the support, you guys. God bless you. We'll see you the next time we're out on the mountain.